Novak Djokovic's dedication to the evolution of tennis is undeniable, and when something significant happens in the sport, he doesn't shy away from voicing his opinion. Recently, during the ATP Masters 1000 in Cincinnati 2024, a controversy erupted between Draper and Félix Auger-Aliassime that captured global attention. Djokovic, ever the advocate for fairness in tennis, weighed in on the situation, and his words could potentially lead to important changes in the sport. Throughout the history of sports, there have been pivotal moments where the actions and words of influential figures have led to significant changes. In tennis, Novak Djokovic stands as one of those key figures whose influence can drive reform. The controversy in question involved a glaring mistake made by chair umpire Greg Allensworth during the match point that ultimately handed victory to Draper over Félix Auger-Aliassime. The mistake was so significant that Djokovic felt compelled to speak out, criticizing the current system and advocating for necessary changes. It's embarrassing that we don't have video replay for these kinds of situations on the court. What's even more ridiculous is that we don't have a rule that would allow the chair umpire to change the initial decision based on the video review seen off the court, Djokovic expressed on social media. He highlighted the absurdity of the situation, pointing out that everyone watching the match on TV was aware of the mistake, yet the players were left in the dark, unable to challenge the outcome. We have Hawkeye for ball bounce reviews. We live in the 21st century. We are technologically advanced. Please, ATP circuit leaders, ensure that this nonsense does not happen again, he urged. Djokovic's involvement in this issue is significant not just because of his stature in the tennis world, but because of the potential impact his words could have. His criticism wasn't aimed at punishing the chair umpire or blaming Draper, but was focused on the broader issue of the sport's regulations. Djokovic is advocating for a system that allows for video reviews in situations like this, to ensure that such errors don't undermine the integrity of the game. In his view, tennis cannot afford to make mistakes of this magnitude, especially in high-stakes matches. As a legend in the sport, Djokovic's voice carries weight, and his call for change could be the catalyst needed to bring about new regulations that allow for the review of controversial decisions on the court. It's clear that he believes in the importance of fairness and accuracy in tennis, and his commitment to improving the sport is unwavering. Whether or not his words will lead to immediate change remains to be seen, but his involvement in the conversation undoubtedly increases the likelihood of reform. Tennis, a sport with a rich history and a global following, cannot afford to be left behind in terms of technological advancements, and with Djokovic leading the charge, the sport may soon see the changes it needs to stay relevant and fair in the modern